Okay, so it's Monday, so before we get into the video, I'm going to announce the winner of last week's giveaway, which was on this piece of 50 motors in minimal wear, which was made on the red theme budget inventory, and of course today we have the green one, so after this one we have a giveaway for the next week on the green skin, but the winner for this one will be right here, so congrats to you, man, and yeah, we'll contact you right away and send you your P250. 50. So for the next week, as we are doing a green loadout today, I'm going to give away this Infosaurus, and yeah, it's factory new, and all you have to, I just noticed it has a float of 0.069999. That's actually pretty cool. But yeah, factory new one, and all you have to do to enter the giveaway is to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment down below your favorite green skin from this video. And yeah, then you're in today's or this week's giveaway, and I will announce the winner on next Monday. So good luck everyone with the giveaway, and now let's get into the best budget green loadout in Counter-Strike 2. Okay, so today we have another budget inventory video, and today we're going to do a green one, as this got requested a few times, and I got some more colors requested. I'm working on it, and usually these videos will come out every Monday, as we're doing a giveaway, the weekly giveaways every Monday as well, and then I will give away a skin which fits to that inventory theme as we're doing that Monday. So today we have the green one. There will not be as many choices for all the weapons as usual, also because the other two videos I did with the blue and the red one was around an hour long, and that's really long. But there will be a lot of weapon where you have two options to go with. Yeah, but nothing with like 3 or 4 options. I had that in the red one, I know, but 1 or 2 options for all of them. If there's only one option, it's just because it's the only like budget green skin you go with, or because the other ones was just ugly, in my opinion. There is also 2 weapons for this one, which is, yeah, that's a tough one to get a budget one, but yeah, we will take a look at it, and we still have a lot, really a lot amount of skins to go through. But yeah, let's just get into it, man, and start off with the knife and glove combo. Okay, so we're going to start off with the knife and glove combo, and once again I went with a combo I already showed you. So in the budget knife and glove combo video where I did some knife and glove combos under $300, I also had this one, and I really like this one. It's just barely under $300. So the gloves is the Specialist Gloves Forest DD Pad in field tested, which is just around $100, and the knife is a Baronet Forest DD Pad, which is also in field tested, and $190. So this is a $290 combo, which is really cheap for what you get, and also if you just look at the prices in general in this in this game, this is really cheap. And you can feel free to use other Forest DD pad knives than the Baronet, because the Baronet knife is a pretty expensive knife compared to most other knives. So you could go for something like a huntsman knife, a flip knife, whatever you like, a paracord knife, survival knife, some other knives, and that will definitely make it cheaper. There was someone actually requesting me to do a combo with the Jake gloves, but I'm going to use these gloves as this fits the best to most of the skins we're going to look at in this video, since most of the cheaper green skins is like a camo colorway, or like a darker green one. The bright colors for the green skins is going to be way too expensive for budget. So this is knife and glove combo win with. Feel free to fill in whatever knife you like, which could be any other Forest DD pad, and this will still look like a great combo. And of course I'm going to show you all the skins with the gloves as well, so you can get an idea of how this would look. So the first AK we're going to look at is this Emerald Pinstripe, a really basic AK, not much to it, but got some green and white color to it. Yeah, the green looks really great, and it just looks really good with the gloves, and it's a really cheap option for AK. So this one, it field tested, the is $2.50, and the minimal wear version of this is $3.90. The next AK we're going to look at is definitely a better option, but also a bit more expensive. So this one is the AK Jungle Spray. This one is I think flow capped, I'm not sure, but there is a lot of price difference in the different conditions for this one. So the best option you can go for this one is a field tested one, which would be just over $5 at 520. So still a pretty cheap AK, as the AK is one of the weapons you should definitely use the most money on to get a nice skin on. And this one looks really good with these gloves. It looks just really great, and the colors go in really well. And as said, we got a lot of skins with like this camo-ish type of colors, and the gloves also really fits well with that theme. So the AVPs, we got two options. The first one is the AVP Pit Viper, a really nice AVP and a really great AVP for the price. This is a really cheap option. Also a bit darker to it in the coloring of the green. But this one in field tested you can get for only 25 cents. So really cheap. 25 cents for AVP is really great. And if you decide to go for a minimal wear version of this, you'll be double in price, but still only $50 for AVP skin. So it will be 50 cents if you decide to go for the minimal wear version. And now to a bit more expensive option, but still a cheap option, which is the AVP Apherius. So this one is field tested, you will be looking at $2.90, and the minimum wear one $5.60. So it is quite more expensive than the Pit Viper, but it's a really cool one, as it looks really good if you look at the price for this AP and what you get for that price. It does have a lot of blue to it as well, but also a lot of green. And if you do use these gloves, you know, the gloves are a lot darker in the coloring, way darker than this one. So I actually think I personally would go with the Pit Viper, as that also have some more dark green coloring to it and is way cheaper than this one. But you got the option to also go with the Apherius if you want to go with this one instead of the Pit Viper. Now to the M4A1S. So the first one we got is the Beryl Forest. This one is a really cheap option and it looks so good, and definitely with these gloves. I mean, the camouflage coloring with these gloves is really amazing. Just look at this, it looks so great. And the price for this one, so this one is flow capped and the factory new version is pretty expensive, but you can get this one in minimum wear for only 10 cents. 10 cents and you can get an M4 skin. That's really fucking great. And we will actually be looking at some more options for the other weapons as well, where you have some really cheap options, because most green skins, as I can see, is either really cheap or really expensive. Something like the Emerald, you know, Gamma Doppler, also some of the Jade skins are also really expensive. But then when you go into the more darker green color camouflages, they're just really cheap. So 10 cents for this one in minimal wear. The other M4 we're going to look at is definitely a bit brighter to the coloring, but does also have a bit of red and yellow to it, but mostly green. And this one is of course the giveaway skin for today's video. We're going to give away this one in factory new, so you do have the option to win that. But otherwise you should definitely go with a field tested or minimum wear float or condition for this one. The field tested one is 65 cents and the minimum wear $1.45. So field tested one is definitely the cheapest option and probably the best one condition wise and look wise, because there is usually don't the biggest changes from field test to minimum wear, but minimum wear does definitely do look a bit more clean to it. So, but still a really cheap option. I mean, it's under $2 for M4. If you're using the M4A4 instead of the M4A1S, you'll be having to spend a few extra dollars, as this is the best option when you're looking at a greener M4. So this one is the M4A4 Jungle Tiger, and actually I have met a lot of skins during this video I have never seen before. This is one of them. But with these gloves, man, this looks so good. A really nice green M4, but it's a bit more expensive. So a field tested version is $3.80, and the minimum wear one is $7.60. So the minimum wear one is double up in price, so only do that if you do have the budget for it. Otherwise a field tested version of this weapon will do the job, and $3.80 for M4A4 is not that much. It's a really good price for a decent play skin if you're looking to do a green themed inventory. So now to the AUGs. So we got two options here as well. The first one is the AUG Chameleon. Does have a lot of green to it, also the Chameleon itself, which is mostly green. This is a really cheap one, and most people probably hate this one, as it's a covered skin in the Phoenix case, where you of course also have the AVP Asimov. I've never unboxed this myself. I have unboxed the AVP Asimov once, so I'm pretty happy for that. But this one really cheap. You can go ahead and pick this one up in field tested for only $2.10. If you want to upgrade it to a minimum wear condition, it's only $2.50. So only 40 cents more for a minimum wear condition. If you want to go for a better condition, so I'll definitely recommend go for the minimum wear one, as price wise that probably makes the most sense. The other option you have is the Cave Jade. This green coloring to it looks so good. And you might be wondering why there's a sticker on this. That's because this is a souvenir Cave Jade. Because the normal version of this one, the non-souvenir one, is way more expensive. That's like $20 or something, around that price area. And this one in minimum wear, which makes the most sense to go for, is only $4.05. So just over $4, which is really good price wise for a AUG like this. This one looks so good. And it's because the normal ones you can use for trade ups, you can't do that with the souvenir one. So anything else than a covered souvenir skin is usually way cheaper in souvenir than a normal version of that skin. So you have the option to go with a really nice AUG here for only $4. But remember to buy the souvenir one. The normal one is way too expensive, like 5 times more than this one. And now to the SG. And yeah, the first one we got two options here. The first one is the Lost Runes, which is a really nice cheap option here. It looks really great with the leaves and all that. Or basically just the leaves. It's mostly just leaves, the skin. But this one in factory new, it only makes sense to buy in factory new. Price wise is only 60 cents. So yeah, a really nice option here. 60 cents for a SG is really nice. So yeah, Lost Runes. We also have another option. So usually I do show you the cheapest option first, but yeah, I mix it up here I guess. But this one is a cheaper option than the Lost Runes, and this one does have some, you know, military camouflage vibe to it, and is really cheap. So the minimum wear condition is only 10 cents. Factory new one you'll be looking at 25 cents, so quite a bit more expensive, but 25 cents is still really cheap for SG. But you probably won't see the biggest difference on the minimum wear one and the factory new one, so I would personally probably just go with the minimum wear one, and then you have another 15 cents to put towards some other weapon or another skin you want. Now with the FAMAS. So the FAMAS, the best and only option you got is the Meow 36 it's called, and the best condition to buy this one is in minimum wear, and it's only 10 cents. So really nice green FAMAS here for only 10 cents, really nice. And the FAMAS is not this weapon you're going to use the most, but it's also not the weapon you're going to use the least. So it's a really nice skin for a weapon you're probably going to use, you know, a few times a match maybe. Now to the Galil. Here we got two options. The first one is the Galil AR Vandal, which in minimum wear condition, which is the best option, is only costing you 70 cents, which is also really nice for Galil. And it has some dark green to it, which also fits really well with the gloves. So yeah, this is a really nice option for a cheap Galil for a green loadout if you're on a budget. The other option you have is the Galil Eco. I had to show you this one, even though it's mostly white, but it does definitely have a lot of green to it as well. But the green in this one is definitely bright and probably too bright to fit well with these gloves. But I still want to give you the option because this has always been one of my favorite Galils. Knowing it from the early days of Counter-Strike, it have been out for a long time. So if you like this one, I definitely wanted you to have the option to see this one and also go for that one. It is quite expensive. You can only get this one in minimum wear and below that, so you cannot get it in factory new. The well-worn condition is $3.05. Field tested one $4.80. So definitely go for one of those two because it is a float cap skin, and I do believe the minimum wear one is like $40 or something, $40 in cash price. So it's quite expensive in minimum wear. Now to the Scouts. We got two options. First one here is the Scout Jungle Dashed. Best option to buy this one condition of course is the minimum wear one, which will be 60 cents, and this one has a lot of you know, dark brown greenish color to it, and again just fits extremely well with these type of gloves. The other option we have is the same type of vibe, so mostly like some brownish gray color to it, but does have some green symbols and, you know, text on it, and have some green to it. The other option, the first one I showed you, which was Jungle Dash, I would definitely go with that myself personally. But if you like this one, you should go with this one. They are pretty much the same price as you could get this one in minimal wear for only 65 cents and factory new for 85 cents. So you could go and get a cheap SG here for under $1 and get a one in factory new. So that's really nice. But doesn't have as much green to it, but you know, it still got a little bit, and I definitely had to show you this one. Now we're going to look at the auto snipers. So first off, we have the Scar 20, and here we have the Jungle Slipstream, which is a really nice option for a green budget Scar 20 skin. And we got two options, so one more after this one, but this one is only 15 cents in minimal wear, and in factory new 25 cents, so almost double up in price, but it's only 10 cents price difference. But if you're on a budget, go for the minimal wear one. Once again, you won't really most of the times see the biggest difference from a minimal wear condition to a factory new one, because minimal wear conditions on weapons are usually just still really clean to look at. The other option you have, which I personally like more, like if you just only look at the skin, the green coloring to this one is definitely way brighter than the first one I showed you, the Young Slipstream. This one is called Outbreak, but I personally like this more. It also fits alright with the gloves because it's not like too bright, the green coloring, and still have some more dark green to it. So yeah, it looks really nice. Mostly only the body of it, which is like a light green color. And this one is also around the same price range. So it's 20 cents in minimal wear and 30 cents in factory new. Once again, probably go for the minimal wear one. You want to see the biggest difference. If you go for minimal wear one, compared to factory new one, and yeah, it's the same conditions. I would recommend that this one as the Jungle Stream. This one is 5 cents more expensive in both conditions, but I personally like this one more, and I would definitely spend an extra 5 cents to buy this one. Now to the other auto sniper we have in the game, which is the G3 SG1, the worst fucking name of a gun in this game, at least to pronounce and say out. But this one is Jungle Dashed, and you can get this one. We also looked at the skin for the Scout. You can get this one for only 2 cents, which is the cash price. So you could probably go on Steam Market and just buy it on Steam for 3 or 4 cents. So this is one of the cheapest weapons or skins you will see in this video, but not the only one at that price range, which is really crazy. And it fits so well with the gloves due to the coloring of both skins. The other option we have is a lot brighter green, and therefore doesn't really match as much with the gloss. But you know, if you only look at the skin itself, this one is definitely a cleaner and better one to go with. It's also a bit more expensive, but it's still pretty cheap. So this one in minimal wear, it's called the green apple, and in minimal wear it's only 10 cents. Factory new is 8 cents. I've said. I have no clue if this was supposed to be 80 cents or actually 8 cents, but no matter what, you can go ahead and grab this one pretty cheap. Okay, so just really quickly, what went wrong was I switched the prices. So this one in minimal wear is 8 cents, and then the factory new version is 10 cents. So only 2 cents difference. So probably go for factory new one. I know that won't be the biggest difference, but you want to get the cleanest one out of these two if you don't have to pay another 2 cents, I feel like. So now we're going to move on to pistols. This one is a good luck one, because this is the only green deagle in the game, and also one of the most expensive deagles at the same time. This is the same collection as the AVP Gungnir, and the deagle, this is deagle Jomungan. Yeah, I have no clue how to pronounce that shit, but every condition, this one is pretty much the same price, and it's $280. So I'm just gonna say good luck on getting a green deagle for green loadout. Please tell me down below if you have some other options for the deagle. There's one more weapon where it's just basically, yeah, good luck getting a green skin for that weapon. So the best option for the USP, and also because I have thought about, you know, this camouflages type of green coloring, is the USP for sleeves, which is a really fucking cheap option as well for a budget green skin. So this one in field tested is 5 cents, minimum 9 cents. So I would personally go for a minimum one. It might be double price, but it's only a 4 cents price difference, which is literally nothing. I believe, even if you're on the budget, for 4 cents is it's not that much. And yeah, if minimum one will look way cleaner than a field tested one. For the Glock, the other star pistol, I went with the Nuclear Garden, a really nice Glock, and also a really nice skin because this is pattern based. So the skulls you can see on the weapon, you can get multiple skulls. I believe the best patterns is with 5 skulls. I'm not 100% sure, but something like that. You can see a half skull here, maybe a one next to the finger. But yeah, it's a pen based one, really nice looking skin. This one in field tested is $1.75. Minimum version is $3.10. So a bit more expensive, quite more expensive than the USP one, but still a pretty cheap option for Glock. So now to the other star pistol, the further last star pistol, which literally no one uses, but we have to, yeah, make sure you got some options here if you are brain dead and use this weapon. I mean, some people do, but I don't understand it. Yeah, I have never been able to use this in a good way, I guess. But P2000 turf, minimum condition 15 cents. Minimum one is the best condition to go with for this skin, and 15 cents is a really cheap option for a star pistol. Sorry I called you guys brain dead if you're using this weapon. Don't take it personally, but yeah, I just hate it. Sorry. Now for the P250, we have another Beryl Forest skin. We got another option as well for the P250, but Beryl Forest, this one is the cheapest skin you will see, 1 cent. This one in Minimum, the factory new one is quite more expensive because it's a float cap skin, but Minimum 1 cent cash price. Go on Steam Market, you can buy it for 3 cents, and yeah, then you have a pretty nice camouflage green coloring P250. The other option is the Ironclad. So the P250 Ironclad, still pretty cheap and might look a little bit better. I personally like this more than Beryl Forest because the Beryl Forest also has, you know, this camouflage coloring to it, so it's also brown and some more dark color. This one is pretty clean to look at and also pretty cheap still. So this one in minimum wear is 15 cents. Want to go for factory new one, you will be looking at 40 cents. So personally I would go with the minimum one. Once again, want to see the base difference, and there is quite a price difference, and you can go put that money towards something else or some other skins you want to go ahead and buy for your green loadout. Now for the 5.7, here we got 2 options as well. So the first one is Hotshot. Field tested version of this one is just under $2 at $1.95. Minimum version double up in price, a bit more actually, which is just over $4 at $4.05. Really nice one, a bit bright to the color, but the top of it is still this, like, I don't even know what you call it, like jungle green color. I don't know, which looks really good with these gloves. So this one is a really nice option, and I mean, I guess $2 to $4 is a bit expensive for a 5.7, but I do have another option for you guys, which is a little bit more cheaper than this one. So this one is the other option, which is the 5.7 jungle, a bit more cheaper, but not that much actually. Is the best condition to buy this one in is field tested, which would be $1.35. So still, $1.35, so that's only like 60 cents difference. And personally I like the Hotshot, the one I showed you right before this one, way more than this one. So I would personally go with that one and just grab a field tested version. You can probably get a low float one, a pretty decent float field tested one for market price, and you will only have to pay $2 for a nice 5.7. Now to another pistol I personally hate and no one probably uses, but we of course have to include it in this video, which is the R8 revolver. And this one is the survivalist, and in minimal wear one, minimal wear condition, you can get this one for only 15 cents, so pretty cheap. Factory new one would be looking at 40 cents, so almost 3 times the price for a minimal wear one, so go for the minimal wear one. But this one looks really great, and it's actually, I believe, the only green R8 revolver I could find, and it does look really good with these gloves due to the dark green coloring. Yeah, looks really great and cheap option, 15 cents in minimal wear. Now to the Tech 9, we got 2 options here. The first one is the Army Mesh, and yeah, this one is 2 cents, really cheap. That's a cash price. Probably go ahead and buy this one for 3 or 4 cents on the Steam market. Looks really good with gloves due to, like, you know, the camo-ish coloring. It's not really the camo pattern, but the color looks like it. And also the inside of these gloves, you can see here, is brown, and that fits really well with the brown that is on this this Tech 9 skin as well. The other option we have does have some camo to it, and the body, which is like, you know, the handle and that part of the weapon or the Tech 9, the body to it, or the top of the skin, is not the camo but just a green color, and it looks really good. I do believe I personally like the other one more because it just fits so good with the gloves. If you don't use these gloves, I would probably go with this one. And this one is still a really cheap option. This one is only 8 cents cash price, so again, a skin you could probably just go ahead and grab on the Steam market for like 10 cents or something. So really cheap options here for some budget green Tech 9s. Now to the dual Berettas, which I really like actually. I like this. We got 2 options. The first one is this one, which is the dual Beretta Royal Consorts. And this one in field tested is 40 cents, minimal wear one 80 cents, so double up in price. I would personally go for a field tested one price wise, but if you have an extra 40 cents and go for a better condition, I will do that and go for the minimal wear one. I actually this is one of the skins I didn't know exist before doing this video, which is also right. I like doing these types of videos. I like to help you guys out finding specific weapons for color themed inventories, and also I just, you know, get to know all the skins of this game and find some new ones I never knew existed, and this is one of them. So yeah, really nice one. You got like the emerald type of green color to it on the handle of both the pistols, so that's really nice. Then we have another souvenir option. I personally like this more if you look at how it fits with the gloves, and this one is actually from the Cobblestone collection, so the same collection as the D-Law, which is why this one is really cheap in the souvenir, because you cannot use it for trade-ups. If you wanted to go for the normal one, which is not souvenir, yeah, this would be quite expensive. You should probably keep the stickers on, but you could always scrap them off if you want to. That would be a bit psycho to do, but feel free to do it if you want to. But this one is 90 cents in minimal wear, which is the only condition that makes sense to buy this one in. And 90 cents for a nice pair of 2 Berettas is not that bad. And this is completely green. Yeah, which the other one wasn't. That was only on the handle. You could see the green coloring to it. Now the last pistol, the CZ. Here we got another eco skin, which is the only green option I could find for CZ. And this one is also mostly white probably, but does have a lot more green to it than the Galil eco had. It looks really nice. It does have, you know, the bright green color, but I like this one, and it's a nice CZ. Also price wise, it's alright. Maybe a little bit more to the expensive side for a CZ skin, but in field tested you can go ahead and grab this one for 75 cents. Meanwhile, one almost double the price at $1.40. So I would personally go for a field tested one. That would still look alright. Now we're moving on to the SMGs, starting with the MP9, where we got the MP9 BioLeague, which is my personal favorite and also the cheapest option you'll see. This one is really good. I really fucking like this one if you want a green MP9 skin. It looks so fucking good, and I'm sorry my language, but this one is probably my personally favorite green skin in this video. And in field tested, you can go ahead and grab this one for only 10 cents as it's a blue skin, and in minimal wear one you will be looking at 15 cents, so another 5 cents and you can get this one in minimal wear, which I personally would recommend to do. The other MP9 you have as an option here is the MP9 Deadly Poison. is way more expensive than the Bio League one, as this one costs 50 cents in field tested and 70 cents in minimal wear. So I'll personally go with the Bio League. This one does also have a lot of, you know, gray, black, and, you know, more darker color to it and not as much green. So my personal favorite, the Bio League. Now to the Mac 10s, we got two options. The first one is the Monkey Flash, which is only 10 cents in minimal wear, 20 cents in factory new. So probably go for the minimal wear one. It does have a lot of green coloring to it, some more darker-ish, and, you know, white, like somewhere between white and green, you know. Yeah, I know. So most of the monkeys are green. We got the three monkeys, which is red. But other than that, this one looks really good and it's really cheap. The other option you got is the Mac 10 Classic crate. I personally like this one more, as it fits better to the gloves and also have some more green to it. Most of the weapon is green. I know it's the same for the other one, but this one just, in my opinion, looks better. It is a bit more expensive, but still pretty affordable, as this one cost 15 cents in minimal wear, 30 cents in factory new. So also double up in factory new. Personally, I would go for the minimal wear one, and 50 cents is only 5 cents more than the Monkey Flash in minimal wear. So yeah, this one is the Mac 10 I personally would go for, and in my opinion fits better with the gloves as well. Now to the UMP, we have the first option here, which is the Riot, and this one in minimal wear is 20 cents, factory new one 35 cents, so pretty cheap actually, and looks really nice. Got some camouflage to it and also some like bright green, you know, somewhere between green and yellow. It looks really nice, and yeah, it's a really cheap option. I mean, 20 cents for minimal wear UMP, that's really nice. The other option we have is another skin I actually never knew existed. So this is the third skin I found out existed in Counter-Strike, which is really nice actually. I really like this one, but it is also way more expensive than the Riot. So this one in field tested is 60 cents, minimal wear one 95 cents, so just under $1 for this one if you want to get it in minimal wear. If you buy this one, I would personally go for the minimal wear one, as there is a big difference look wise. But it is quite more expensive than the Riot, so I would definitely understand if you went for the Riot and not this one, which is called Plastic. Yeah, I have no clue how you pronounce the Q. Yeah, fuck that. Damn, I have dropped too many F words in this video. I have no clue why, but I personally go for red themed inventory, and I actually really like this, you know, dark green themed inventory. It looks really nice. Now to the one and only P90 option, we have the P90 Grim minimal wear condition. The best condition to buy this one in price wise is 15 cents. 15 cents for this one, and you got yourself a really nice green P90. When I searched for a P90 skin and had to look for green ones, I already knew that I would go for this one. Yeah, really nice, simple looking P90. And 15 cents for a P90 skin is really nice when you're on a budget. Now to the MP7, we got two options, and of course I have to mention the Frosty pad, as this one cost 1 cent in cash price. So go ahead, you can grab this one on Steam Market probably for like 3 or 4 cents. Really nice looking MP7 for a camo-ish type vibe, which most of these skins are, as the, you know, if you're looking for like a bright green coloring to the skins and to the theme, and not this like brown dark green coloring, you can't do that on a budget, because all the bright green skins are just, yeah, extremely expensive. The other option we have for the MP7, which is my personal favorite of those two, is the motherboard, and it's a bit more expensive than 1 cent of course, but still really cheap and affordable, as this one in minimal wear only costs 6 cents and in factory new 9 cents. So you can go ahead and grab this one for your green loadout and buy a nice MP7 skin for only 9 cents. So really cheap option here for the MP7, and it looks really great. Now to the PP Bison, which was another skin I just right away when I searched for PP Bison skins and looked for green ones, I knew I was going for this one. So this one is a bit more expensive than most of the other SMGs, but it looks really nice, and that's because it's a purple skin from my old collection. I actually can't remember which collection. If I just think of what comes to mind, I feel like it's one of the Chroma collections, maybe Chroma 3 actually. I'm not quite sure. But this one is called Fuel Rod, and in field tested, you'll be looking at 60 cents, minimum wear $1.10. So a bit more expensive than most of the other SMGs. And I mean, a field tested one, you'll probably get a pretty nice float one for market price, and 60 cents is not that bad for a PP Bison. Now to the last but also most expensive SMG, which is the MP5, is the Bamboo Garden. Another skin I actually didn't know exist, but the reason why this is expensive, so the best condition to buy this one is actually factory new, as the prices at the different conditions is basically the same. There's almost no difference price wise, and it's because this one is from the same collection as the White Lotus. Probably the most expensive collection in the game. I'm not sure if the collection with the gun cleaner is more expensive, but those two are probably the most expensive ones. So yeah, this one will be costing you $4.25, which is a lot for a MP5 since most people won't use it. So therefore, if you don't use this on your loadout, you could just save yourself $4.25 and don't buy MP5 skins. But otherwise, this one is just over $4. Now we're moving into the shotguns. So we started off with the XM1014, also called the auto shotgun, which does have a lot of gray and purple to it, but some bright green as well. And this one is the best option you got for a green auto shotgun skin. I really looked hard for this one because this one was really hard to find anything good, and this was the best option I could come up with. The best option, condition wise and price wise, is field tested at 40 cents or minimum wear at 65 cents. Depends on how much you want to spend on the skin for this weapon, but somewhere between 40 and 65 cents you can grab this one for. Now we are at the other weapon where it's just basically good luck, man, because there's literally no green options for the Max 7 except for the Max 7 counter terrace, which is, yeah, almost all conditions same price. Factory new one is $110. It's from the what's even called Sun or the Sunrise collection. Is it just Sunrise called? The one with the AK Hypnotic and the Desert Eagle, Sunset Storm, if you know those skins. Yeah. So really expensive one. You might have some other options I haven't seen. I'm not sure because this was the only green Max 7 I personally could found. But if you have some other options, please comment down below, because this one is another weapon, just like the Deagle it was, where I'm just like, yeah, good luck at finding a great green skin for this one if you're on a budget. Now to the we have another Forest DD pet skin in factory new condition, which is the best price wise to buy it in, as they're all cheap. Yeah, you'll be looking at 3 cents for this one in factory new, so probably the cheapest factory new condition factory new skin you have seen in this video. 3 cents is the cash price, so like 5 cents on Steam Market you could probably go ahead and buy this one for. So yeah, really nice, goes really well with the gloves, as those are Forest DD pads as well. So this is a nice option for a sort of skin. Now to the Nova, here we got 2 options. The first one is wood fired, which is in field tested condition 10 cents, minimum one 15 cents. So I would personally probably go for the minimum one, as it's only 5 cents more and it will look way cleaner. And this one is probably, if you look at the gloves and how it fits the gloves, the best options of those two. So this one and the other one I'm going to show you, but this skin wise, if you're just looking at the skin itself, I will recommend the other one. I will show you in a second. But this one is a lot like dark wood-ish color to it, as the name also says, and that just fits really good with these gloves. So the other option you have, which is my personal favorite if you just look at the skin itself, is the Toy Soldier. This is another skin I just directly knew, which came to mind when I looked up the Nova skins. So this one in field tested is 80 cents, minimum wear one is $1.45. So it's way more expensive than the other one, the wood fired Nova, but in my opinion looks way better as well. Yeah, but the other one probably goes better with the gloves and is like 8 times cheaper than this one. So if you're really on a budget, really low budget, go for that one. Otherwise I would recommend this one, as it still looks really good, as you can see, with these gloves, because it's not like a really bright green color, but it's like a matte green color, I would say, which fits also really well with the gloves. So now we are at the last two weapons, the M249 and the Negev. So you got two options here for the M249. When we move over to Negev, there's only one option. There was another weapon which was really hard to find a green skin for. So the first option here for the M249 is the Gator Mesh Infected New Condition, which is the best option price wise to go for. It only costs 10 cents. So really cheap option here, and it got like this really dark green color to it as well, and the dark stripes on it, which also looks really well with these gloves due to the dark green color on those as well. Yeah, skin wise, if you look at skin itself, the other option I would personally like more, but if you look at how it fits with the gloves, I would personally go with this one. So the other option for the M249 is the Deep Relief. So this one is also way more expensive, but yeah, it actually don't look that bad with the gloves as I'm seeing it in game. But in minimum wear, this one is 60 cents, factory new 80 cents, and the Gator Mesh was only 10 cents factory new. So it is way more expensive. So once again, if you're really on a budget, I would go for the Gator Mesh, as that also looks really good for green M249. But if you have an extra, you know, few cents, like a $0.50, you could go for this one if you like this one more. It actually don't look as bad as I thought it would compared to the Gator Mesh. So I might actually recommend this one if you know, have like 50-60 cents more to go for M249. But do remember, most people never use this weapon in game, as it's probably the worst weapon in the game and also the most expensive one. Now we are at the last skin of the video, the Negev Machine, which is the best option I could find for green Negev, and not actually that green. It is quite green, but the color also looks somewhere between blue and green, you know. But there aren't really any green options for the Negev. This is the closest you can get to a green Negev, but it only costs 2 cents, and that's a factory new one. All conditions are pretty much the same price and all really cheap. So you can probably go ahead and buy this one for like 4 or 5 cents on Steam Market. So a really cheap option here for a pretty nice Negev, I would say. It might not be all green, but it's still pretty close to be a green color. So we have now seen all the great themed inventory skins. I hope this really helped out for whoever out there is going to build a green themed inventory and don't really have the biggest budget, because a lot of skins can be really expensive, and also a lot of skins for a green inventory, as most of the bright green color skin is really expensive. So hopefully you found something in this video which you would like to buy for your green loadout. So yeah, I really hope it helped. But thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate you. And next Monday we'll do another one with another color. So stay tuned for that one. Bye.